Good morning, my fellow Americans. This morning I was awakened by a phone call by FBI Director Louis Freeh. He informed me that authorities in Dallas and Los Angeles have arrested some American smugglers who were bringing in a drug known as yaba, otherwise known among these frat circles as carrot. And I'm sure that there's other names for it. But needless to say, reached out to Richard Riley and also Janet Reno and the ONDCP. We will be enforcing the law and keeping this stuff out of the hands of college fraternities in our cities and in our streets and on our university campuses. This is not to be tolerated in any way, shape, or form. I also got on the phone earlier with CIA Director John Deutsch. What's become apparent is they were not aware, but it's become on their radar that some Russian insurgents were smuggling it in from Beijing, from Myanmar, and from Manila in the Philippines. These tablets. They've been smuggling them through Canada. Well, I also found out through Director Deutsch that Canada's ministries have been involved, and the border has been deadlocked from transporting anything that looks like this drug without further inspection. Needless to say, I desire to have this taken care of. I'm open for 12 questions. Yes.
Hannah Layer from the Jackson Times. My question to you, Mr. President, is this. What is this drug, yaba?
It is amphetamines with caffeine. I don't know all the details, but you can be rest assured that our partnership in federal government and in federal and local law enforcement, we'll know about it. And we will get to the bottom of this information. Hopefully soon. I have another question by electronic mail. This is from Lindsay Hawthorne of CVNC. Mr. President, what is the latest on the Small Business Jobs Protection Bill and welfare reform? I am pleased to denote that welfare reform is doing well in the Senate, and it looks like it will be passed by the time I get back from my vacation. And my promise is, this time, the way it's going, I will sign it. Now about the Small Business Jobs Protection Act. Last night I received word that the Senate Appropriations Committee has moved that bill towards the Senate Small Business and Entrepreneurship Committee. I'm hoping that things go well there, and that the Senate can pass this forth haste. Yes. There's a question from Linda Hansen from the Fort Worth Times. Mr. President, what do you think is going on in this country with this bill being so slow to pass? I can tell you what's going on. The job market in Dallas, Minneapolis, and Atlanta, it is slowing somewhat. We need to change that. We need to fix that. And so I'm asking for the Senate to pass this provision and welfare reform post haste. I'm grateful that the House had the cojones to pass it once and for all. Now it's up to the Senate to do their job. Here's a question from Daryl Coleman, CBNC. Mr. President, how are you and Mrs. Clinton enjoying your vacation? I gotta say, it's been fun for the most part. Although I must say, I went horseback riding to suit the pollsters, but I am myself am allergic to horses. So Hillary will be doing horseback riding today with Chelsea, while I catch up on some Z's and catch up on some business. Here we go on to question 7. And this is from Charles Diedrich from CBS. He asks, Mr. President, are you happy that Branscombe and Hill have been cleared of the charges? I am pleased. And let me add, I will not recant my denial of asking Branscombe for any special favors. That's all there is to it. Here's another question. Mr. President, also by him. Mr. President, also about the Middle East process. Is it true that we hear that the international community this time is getting involved? Yes, it is. Now, Dennis Ross, he is on a plane bound for The Hague, Netherlands, as we speak. He will be at the negotiations. This is a make or break deal. And Secretary of State Christopher, who I've been in regular touch with, he has spoken to Boutros Ghali, and he has said that pressure has to be applied in order to keep the peace in the Middle East and no further breakdown. And I'm hoping that this time, this will make or break deal. This will take place whether we want it or not. Next question. Okay, this looks like it's all on the same topic. All right. This is from Hank Lindsay from the Society page. Looks like a good old conservative boy. He asked Mr. Hendrick, Mr. Clinton, Mr. President. Sorry, my brain is not working so good on vacation having to answer all these damn questions. Mr. President, do you still maintain that this lawsuit by Paula Jones will distract you from your presidential duties. Yes, I do. I do maintain this. This lawsuit is frivolous, and the Supreme Court should keep it from going any further. And here's another question by him. Mr. President, how does Mrs. Clinton stand on this issue? Mrs. Clinton wisely has said in her press conference that she declines to talk about this matter. So that's the way it's settled. And then one last question. Mr. President, do you still maintain that you deny ever sexually harassing Paula Jones? Let me say this and hope that this is a deal maker this time. I have not, never, ever sexually harassed Paula Jones. I never asked anybody to lie. These allegations are false. Now I need to get ready to go work for American people. Thank you.